What's going on, everybody? It's T Bizzle here, Passport Action. Hey, thanks for joining me right here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be giving y'all a quick story about how I started traveling and how I started traveling by myself. I could go far into detail because me traveling by myself started as a kid, basically. But I'm not gonna run it all the way down back to my childhood and all that stuff like that. At least not today. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to smoke me a cigar. I got me a good old Davidoff cigar, right? About to light this baby up. I'm gonna just start from when I was 16 years old. 16 years old, I moved from California to North Carolina. I did not want to come out here. I did not want to come to North Carolina. I mean, I didn't. So, not that long after I came out here, it wasn't even a year, I decided to buy me a greyhound ticket and jump on a greyhound and go back to California. So, that's what I did. I went downtown, bought me a greyhound ticket, and 2 days later, I was gone. 2.5 days on the bus driving from North Carolina to California. I stopped through almost every little city in America. By the time I got to California, I was sick from being on the bus that long. I know I had to stink. I was on the bus for 2.5 days. We stopped at some points, but man, I don't even know if I used the bathroom. I can't remember. I barely ate. I ain't had no money like that. But I was gone, man. I had to do what I had to do. I had to go back home, And I went back home. I was out there staying with my girlfriend at the time and her parents, and that was a blessing. They let me stay with them because it could have been a lot rougher. I stayed with them. They had a nice household, well put together family, and I'll never forget them taking me in like that. But anyway, it was time for me to go back to North Carolina. I had to, I eventually came to my senses and realized my family had moved to North Carolina. I wasn't age appropriate to be out there at the time. It wasn't worth me being out there because it was only 2 ways it was gonna go. I was gonna end up going to jail out there. So I said, let me go back to North Carolina. So I bought a greyhound ticket, hopped back on the greyhound, rode through every other little city across the Midwest all the way to except it ain't go as high as Chicago, but St. Louis, all that stuff, Colorado, all that, coming on back. Yeah, I did that and caught it all the way back to North Carolina again. It was rough, man. It was rough. And that was my first real experience of me traveling, right? Give me 1 second. I got this package. Give me 1 second as this UPS driver drops it off. Anyway, so yeah, that was my first experience with getting out here traveling by myself. Fast forward into my adulthood. I was contracting at the time. I ended up getting a job opportunity in Kuwait. If you don't know where Kuwait is at, that's a country in the Middle East. It gets real hot. I'm talking about real hot. 120 degrees with humidity, probably feels like 150 degrees. It's hot right there off the Gulf. So I got the job opportunity over there. I went with a subcontractor. The subcontractor is like the middleman if it comes to a company hiring you. So that means I didn't get the best benefits. I didn't stay in the best area. I didn't make the most money. So I went with them the first time. It was really for more experienced contractors. This was my first time going out the country. So I got on the plane, was gone on the plane, Got to Kuwait, met up with like 10 other Americans that came in at the same time I did also. So we all got on this van. They drove us to our apartment and took our passports, and basically was like, we'll get back in touch with y'all later. It was gone. Took me to my apartment. I was in my apartment by myself. I'm in Kuwait. I'm starving. I ain't got no internet, no phone. My phone ain't working over there. I'm doing bad. My chargers ain't plugging in because I ain't got the connectors to plug up. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm starving and stuff, right? I'm like, dang, I at least need the internet so I could use my computer. My man, I hear a knock at the door. I'm like, who is it? I go look at the door out the peephole. It's this little guy. I think he was like Indian or Sri Lankan or something, probably. One of the two, maybe. And I'm like, what you want? And he like, the internet. I'm like, ain't no internet here. I told him, go away, scram, get out of here. He keeps knocking. So I'm like, he upset me now. He knocking. I told him, ain't no internet here. Go away. I open up the door. I'm like, what you want? He trying to walk in. I don't push my man back. You better back up. You feel me? What's wrong with you? He telling me the internet. I told him again, you better go that way. Ain't no internet here. And he was like, all right, and he left. Walked off, right? So I'm like, these people crazy. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, he come and asking me about some internet password for the internet. That's what he was asking. He was saying the password. I'm like, I ain't giving you no I don't know no password for no internet. You better go somewhere. That's what he was saying, password. And the next morning, anyway, I wake up. Probably from the thumbnail, I'm gonna post a picture of the thumbnail, how I looked when I was over there, and you'll see how dusty and dirty it was over there. And then when I came, it was like in the sandstorm basically too. So man, it was crazy, right? So the next day, I go down the apartment looking for these Americans that came in with me on the flight. To see if they had the password for the internet. And I ain't see nobody. So I went outside and I looked. As soon as I looked, I seen a guy pull up in a taxi. He get out eating chicken wings from McDonald's. I'm like, McDonald's got chicken wings? I'm like, how'd you get there? He like, I just took this taxi. I'm like, you hopped in a taxi by yourself? I'm like, this dude crazy, right? Because we're in Kuwait. I'm ignorant at the time, right? Full ignorant. So I'm like, man. I'm like, this dude tripping. And I'm like, man, I'm out here starving. I'm like, what happened last night? I'm like, this little dude came to the thing wearing a little skirt, wearing like a little dress. He come over to the door talking about the password, trying to get the password for my internet. I'm like, I ain't got no password for no internet. He was like, oh man. He was like, that same little dude, he came over and he gave us, he was like, nah, he gave us the password for the internet. You know what I'm saying? He hooked our internet up for us. I felt stupid. My man was trying to help me, give me the password for the internet. And I was shooing my man off. Kicked him out. Got hostile with him. Ignorant. But I guess you better say the sorry, right? Anyway, I was still deeply concerned about walking around out there by myself. I have my passport. I ain't know which way to go. It's hot. People out there with masks on. Because like I said, it was kind of like a sandstorm. So people face covered up. The dudes and the women, everybody like looking crazy. So I'm like, no disrespect. But, with the masks and stuff. And I'm not talking about the burqa with the women doing that. I'm talking about the men. Face was covered up, wrapped all the way around, like, because it was a sandstorm. So I'm like, I ain't going out here like that. So anyway, I go, I see the other guy, a Caucasian guy. He comes out. This dude used to be an ex-Marine, and I see him walking. out with this big old DSLR camera. You know, the big cameras that you use for photography. I got one myself. So I see him walking with that. I'm like, I look like, where you about to go? He like, man, I'm about to walk down there. I'm gonna walk along the beach or whatever. I'm like, you about to walk along the beach? He like, yeah. He was like, I'm gonna go shoot some photos. He like, he was like, you welcome to join me if you want to. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, you enjoy yourself though. I'm like, I ain't going with you down there. They gonna kill us both. Ignorant, right? Real ignorant at the time. So, not knowing that Kuwait is a safe place to be. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like I was thinking. You know. So anyway, that kind of gave me the courage to walk around, because I said, man, if he walking around out here, I know I'm good out here. You feel me? That's what I thought. I know it ain't right, but that's how I was thinking. I was like, man, if he good, I gotta be good. You know what I'm saying? So, that right there set the stone for me not even really caring no more about traveling abroad by myself. Because I was dropped off, my first time just out there, in crazy conditions. It felt like, my mind was playing. But yeah, after that, I fly to Dubai. Flew to Dubai on the weekend by myself. Did all that type of stuff. Usually go to Sasua by myself. Went to Medellin by myself. I've never been to a country with anyone for the first time. So every time I've been to a country, I've been by myself. I went to Thailand by myself. Brazil by myself. Where else I been? I can't even think right now. Been a few places, but every time I've been, the first time at least, by myself. The only time my homeboy came with me last time to the Dominican Republic, and he's about to join me also for Colombia next month. So besides for that, I've always traveled by myself, and I'm saying that to say this for all you out there, that want to travel. For all you out there that want to travel and you waiting on your friends to book that ticket with you, you know what I'm saying? You waiting on them to fulfill y'all agreements on traveling and all that stuff. Man, you'll be waiting forever basically. Because a lot of people gonna have a million excuses. And I mean, it might be because their money don't be right, or they have some things come up, things always coming up. So if you waiting on your friends to travel with you, you might be waiting forever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like you just got to get out there and do your thing. Just get out there and go by yourself. Don't be scared to do it. Do your research and go. Because like I said, if I waited on somebody to travel with me, I'd have been waiting for a long time. I still probably wouldn't have been nowhere. You waiting for somebody to travel with you, you'd be waiting. I ain't waiting for nobody. When I'm ready to do something, I do it. You feel me? That's just what it is. I ain't gonna procrastinate. I'm gonna book my ticket and I'm gonna bounce. I'll find out how it is when I get there. You feel me? But yeah, that's it. That's all. I just wanted to give y'all a little motivation and a rundown of how I started traveling, And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's very important, especially if you want me to keep this content coming. I'm in Colombia next month, so I'm gonna have a bunch of footage. I'm gonna be on my YouTuber stuff. I used to look at people crazy when they be out there filming everything, like, man, put the camera down. But now I'm about to be out there with the camera, all in the mix, holding my camera everywhere. So, and I'm gonna do it for y'all, cause basically y'all living through me. Y'all getting to see how it is, firsthand experience through me being there. And that could be just fulfilling this being there, but not really. Get out there, get your ticket and go. You feel me? But if you can't go for whatever reason, you got kids, time, your job or whatever, and you just want to see how it is until you get the time to go, help yourself, watch my videos, and I'm gonna show you how it is out here. And now that I'm really trying to do this YouTube thing, I'm gonna really get some good footage, because a lot of times I just be out there trying to party. I'm like, I ain't got time to be filming. I get 5-10 seconds of some footage, and I ain't trying to walk around holding no camera in the club, But this time, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get some real good footage for y'all, so y'all can be there with me and experience what I've already experienced. See, since I've already been to Medellin before, I'm not gonna be missing out on nothing because I've already seen it. So now I can get out there and actually film something for y'all. So yeah, man. Again, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And feel free to ask any questions. Peace out.